If you're hunting for a mobile gaming controller that promises to turn your phone into a beast for cloud gaming and Android games, chances are you've stumbled upon the GameSir X3 Type-C. It claims to be the ultimate solution for lag-free, precise control, plus a built-in cooler to keep your device chill under pressure. But here's what surprised me. After digging deep, this controller doesn't quite live up to the hype for everyone. In fact, some serious drawbacks could make you rethink your purchase. Stick around because I'll reveal the hidden pitfalls and why it might not work as you expect. Plus, who this controller is actually perfect for if you decide to buy. Spoiler alert, it's not for every gamer out there. Let me paint a quick picture. Imagine you've got a hot Android phone, overheating in the middle of a fierce Fortnite match or a fast-paced Xbox Game Pass cloud session. You reach out for the GameSir X3, expecting instant plug-and-play magic with zero lag, a smooth grip, and an added bonus, cooling that'll drop your device temperature by 24 degrees C with a fan that lights up like a concert. Sounds too good to be true. Well, sometimes it is. So why does it have a decent 4.1-star rating that almost convinces you it's the real deal? That's the question we'll unpack together. I'll also show you how to dodge some avoidable issues, or how to make the experience smooth if you decide it's your controller of choice. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty, are you tired of touchscreen controls destroying your win streak? Annoyed by overheating phones throttling your frame rates? The GameSir X3 Type-C controller's promise to tackle these headaches might sound like a godsend. Yet the reality is far more complex. Let's break down everything you need to know so you don't waste a dime unless this controller fits your exact needs and setup. First off, plug-and-play sounds fantastic. No pairing, no Bluetooth headaches. You just connect your phone's Type-C port and start gaming immediately. No input delay. That zero wireless lag claim is actually true, and this controller nails it for response times if your phone supports wired peripherals well. But here's the catch. The X3 is fully compatible only with Android phones that have USB-C ports with OTG support. If you're rocking an iPhone or older Android devices, don't even bother trying. It won't work. So, if you're thinking universal compatibility, this controller isn't your knight in shining armor. Then there's the cooling fan. Yes, it can drop your phone's skin temperature by a claimed 24 degrees C, which is quite an achievement. The fan includes a fun dynamic RGB backlight, making it stand out visually. But hold up, this cooler function isn't as simple as just plugging the controller in. The fan requires additional wiring to function, which means it's not exactly plug-and-play in its entirety if you want the cooling feature. That extra setup can deter casual gamers who want a straightforward experience. Also, the cooling fan makes some noise, which could be a minor distraction during intense gaming sessions, especially if you're a noise-sensitive player or streamer. Now about the actual controls and buttons. This is where the GameSir X3 gets interesting. It offers unlimited customization. ABXY buttons are detachable, and you get two different D-pads plus options between high and low sticks. This level of personal tweaking is rare in mobile controllers, and one of the highlights for advanced gamers who want more tailored control layouts. But, and it's a big but, the default ABXY button layout is Xbox style, which causes a weird mismatch problem with Xbox Game Pass games out of the box. You'll need to download the latest GameSir app and manually remap those buttons. For casual users, this may come across as a frustrating hassle rather than a neat feature. Also, the open design means the controller doesn't envelop your phone fully, which some might find less secure compared to rigid clamp-style controllers. Here's a heads-up for cloud gaming fans. It supports major platforms like Xbox Game Pass, Amazon Luna, Stadia, NVIDIA GeForce Now, Steam Link, and Sony PlayStation Now. That's impressive coverage because you can game across services without switching controllers. However, keep in mind the controller's performance depends heavily on your phone's USB-C port bandwidth and your network stability. If you're playing on a dodgy Wi-Fi connection, the genius hardware won't save a laggy match. Also, some reviewers point out that certain games don't recognize the controller immediately, requiring constant troubleshooting or app updates. Let's talk comfort and gaming feel because hey, if it doesn't feel good in your hands, you're less likely to enjoy hours on end. The X3 has detachable sticks and D-pads to customize height and feel, which is excellent for players who know what grip works for them. For others, the controller's size and open grip can be awkward, especially for larger hands. Unlike closed-profile controllers that give you a solid grip edge to edge, the X3 feels lighter and less built to last in hand. Gamers used to traditional console controllers might struggle with the plastic rigidity. It's like trying to hold a cloud. You think it'll be solid, but sometimes it slips away. By now, you probably wonder if all these quirks mean the GameSir X3 Type-C is a dud. Here's the twist. Despite the annoying button mapping and fan wiring quirks, this controller works magnificently for gamers serious about competitive cloud gaming on Android devices. If you want zero input lag and the ability to tweak controls endlessly, it's a rare gem. But if you want an out-of-the-box, no-fuss experience with guaranteed comfort and complete compatibility across all your devices, you might want to look elsewhere, or prepare to get your hands a bit dirty with settings and manual setup. Speaking of quirks, let me share a funny moment from my testing. I plugged it in, ready to dominate, only to realize halfway through that the default button layout was backwards for Xbox games. That's like showing up to a gunfight with a butter knife. It might work, but it sure won't help you win. So don't be like me and expect flawless plug-in play without taking a minute to set it up properly. Another quip. The RGB fan lighting looks cool, but I felt like I had a mini disco in my hand while gaming late at night. If you want the party mode, this controller delivers. But if you want stealth mode, you'll be disappointed. Maybe it's a feature for gamers who moonlight as DJs. Alright, onto durability. This controller feels solid enough, but don't expect it to survive a toddler's test of strength or the random toss of your gaming bag. The detachable buttons are great but might get lost if you're not careful. Plus, the extra fan wiring can be a pinch point for damage if you're rough with your gear. So who exactly should buy the GameSir X3 Type-C? It's for the Android gamers who love cloud gaming on platforms like Xbox Game Pass and want a wired solution with near-zero lag. If you're a customization junkie who enjoys tweaking button layouts and grips, this controller offers unique flexibility. Plus, if overheating is a real pain on your phone and you're willing to install and connect the fan wiring, the cooling aspect adds real value. But if you're a casual gamer who wants a simple, comfortable controller that just works without fiddling or app downloads, look further. And if you have an iPhone, this isn't going to cut it. Also, if your hands belong in the huge or tiny category, test it first because the open design could feel off. Before wrapping up, here's a quick checklist for you. Does your phone support USB-C OTG with no quirks? Are you okay with manual button remapping through an app? Do you want wired connection benefits over Bluetooth? Are you willing to handle additional wiring for the fan? If yes, then you'll likely enjoy the X3 Type-C's punchy performance and cooldown features. If not, save your money and invest in a simpler controller. Now for the final punch. Despite its flaws, the GameSir X3 Type-C is a competitive-grade controller with a standout cooling system and plenty of customization that appeals to serious Android cloud gamers. Its 4.1-star rating reflects the mixed experience, great for some, frustrating for others. It's not perfect, but it might be exactly what you need if you value performance over polish. And hey, what's a gaming controller review without a joke? Why did the gamer bring a broom to the tournament? Because the X3 sweeps away lag. Okay, I'll stop. But seriously, for the price, you get a lot of premium features packed into one gadget. If you want the best price and the latest updates, check the link in the description below. That way, you can read the newest reviews, confirm compatibility with your phone, and grab the controller if it fits your needs. To sum up, the GameSir X3 Type-C is a bit like a roller coaster ride, thrilling with some unexpected drops. But if you buckle up and know what you're in for, it can take your mobile gaming to an entirely new level. So go ahead, customize those buttons, enjoy near zero lag, and keep your phone cool when the heat is on. Just maybe keep a backup controller handy, just in case. Thanks for watching, and if you found this honest review helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk on gaming gear, and leave your experiences with the GameSir X3 in the comments below. Game on!